Let me know if this sounds somewhat familiar, but it's the start of a new project. You have to set up your new project folders. You've got to update the project name and details on 50 different documents from SWIMs, ITPs, QA documents, registers, and they all need to get approved by your client before you start works. You finally submit them to your client, probably late because it just took you so long to do. And then you find out you've got a ton of little errors like old project names, different details on the documents, and you end up looking stupid in front of your client. This has happened to me and almost everybody I know because it's such a boring and annoying task. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can use Claude Cowork to go through your template project folder and update the names, details, and information on all your templates. So basically, we're moving from having standard templates for projects to AI first drafts. You give it your head contract and project documents, it reads them, extracts the key information, and uses that to update your existing document templates. The tool we're going to be using to do this is Claude Cowork, which is you can get access to by downloading the desktop version of Claude, moving to Cowork, and then the way you use Cowork is you set it up to operate in a folder on your desktop. So in the folder I've set it up to operate in, I have a template project structure with my head contract documents. I have SWIMs, registers, ITPs, and these are just all generic templates that I need to update with my project information. The awesome thing about Cowork is that it can, because I've set it up to operate in this folder, I've selected it to work in this folder, I don't actually have to do anything else. It has access to all my documents and can read, write, and edit them. Now, a lot of the criticism we hear when using AI in workflows is that it doesn't do things reliably. Well, this is a specific task where I know that almost everybody who does it, all the people who actually do this task almost always stuff it up. So I think it is a good use case of AI. So step one is to simply set up Claude Cowork in your template folder. So typically most businesses will have a template project folder. I'll copy my template folder and I will call this, rename it for my project. So say, for example, we call this project A. This is the folder that I want, I went to the wrong one. This is the folder that I want Cowork to operate in, and I want it to go through and basically update every document in here. So for example, my SWIMS template, it's just a generic template. It doesn't have this specific project information on it. So when Microsoft finally opens, I'll show you. See, it doesn't have project name or any of that stuff inserted. But what I want it to do is I want it to go through and update all these templates with my specific project information. The next thing I need to do to set this up is it needs the head contract requirements. The head contract requirements are your client specifications and documents. This is the background information it needs to go through and basically understand the work that we're actually doing, what we are contractually obligated to do, what the scope of the project is. Because using this information, the project name, the details, the scope of works, it can then go and fill out all these documents with the relevant information. Now, the other thing that is important to have in this folder is a project document register. This is the register of all the documents you need AI to go through and update. So in my register, I have the document number, the document title, the type of document, and the folder location. This is going to be the checklist that AI goes through. And it's also good for us to know to keep track of all the document registers. Basically, document control 101. And it's going to go through and basically each of these individual documents, the folder it's located in, and this is the list that AI is going to go through and update. Okay, so the first thing is I'm going to type out my prompt into Cowork. So you are going to help me set up all my project documents for my new construction project. Your task is to first go into the head contract folder. So this is this folder. I want it to go into my head contract folder and understand the project scope. Go through the documents and create a comprehensive list of all project requirements. What is our scope? Store this in a markdown file. So this is going to be the first step in the process where we're just getting AI to go through and understand the project scope. If you don't know, a markdown file is a text document. All these AI models ingest text. So storing stuff in markdown files is very, very simple for AI to process. If you store things in stuff like Excel or Word, it uses reasoning and processing power to actually go through and convert text or, to convert Excel or Word into text. So if you want to install instructions for AI in a project, always store them in a markdown file. Now, the other thing with Cowork is it is relatively slow to operate. So this will probably take 5 minutes. It probably won't take 5 minutes, a bit less because it's quite simple. But what it's going to do is it then will lay out the progress or the plan it's going to go through and do. So reading the head contract documents, read and analyze the project specifications, read and analyze the drawing register, review the README. So README was documentation I had in there, and then basically compile a comprehensive project requirements markdown list. Now, I probably should have been a bit more specific in the prompt, just reflecting back on it. I also should have been clear that I should have told it that this markdown file is going to be used to basically populate all our project templates. So to give it a bit more context around the task. But really, I mean, prompting it's either here or there. These AI models are smart enough to probably infer what you're actually trying to do. So it's not the most impossible thing. It's not the worst thing in the world if you skip out on the structure. You can always update them, check the output, and use this to improve. And you go back and iterate and improve the process. Okay, so it's gone ahead and done that. If I go and can view the project requirements it's extracted, it has the project information, which is good. This is the metadata we're going to use to populate all our documents, key dates and programs, the full scope of works, commercial requirements, insurance requirements, drawing register, all this information. Now, this is good because this is very easily accessible information for AI to now go and populate all of our templates. Now, to be clear with the way I've set this up, this is only using this project requirements background, this project summary to populate all the information in these folders. The better way to do this would also to have some markdown file or context document with things like activity breakdowns, previous swims, ways you actually want AI to fill out this document. Now, you can do this using skills. I've done some videos on Claude skills explaining how to set up and customize skills that will basically allow you to get much better output in this. So this is, I guess, the way I'm doing it is the worst possible way, which is just using the project context. You'll get much better results if in addition to project information, you also have all your templates, swims, ITPs built into Claude skills. Okay, so the next step in this process is if you look at this project document register. Now, what I wanted to do is basically to go and populate all my swims, ITP templates, correspondence registers, RFI register. So now I'm going to tell it, okay, your next task is to go and populate my templates, my blank project templates for this project. Populate them with known information from the project context. Create a reasonable first draft and make any assumptions or inferences. So, no, I shouldn't say assumptions is the wrong word to use. That should make any inferences to complete the documents, but do not assume, make up any factual information. Please ask any clarifying questions. The templates to update are listed in the project document register. Here are the documents. So something that's good is if you're prompting AI to do something, and like in this example, it's not a great prompt. It probably wasn't the most articulate thing in the world, but if you are not sure you're instructing it correctly, always just say, please ask any clarifying question, because usually AI will fill in the blanks for you. So I find that really useful, that if you're just thinking of a prompt or trying to determine some instruction you want to give to AI, but you're like, oh, is this really the right way to do it? Always just say, please ask any clarifying questions, and it would generally ask pretty good questions that define what you want better. Now, just while it's actually doing this, this is an interesting step to notice, that it's actually running Python code. And this goes back to what I was saying about storing stuff in markdown files. So a markdown file, if I just open it up, like this is a free text document. This is very, very easy for AI to read and understand, because it's basically like a prompt. But if you look here, it is running a script, a Python script to actually extract all this information from Word and Excel. Again, it's an important point to bring up because basically AI is doing a lot of this effort. It's actually going to do this isn't the task we want it to do, which is reading and writing to the documents. It is basically using reasoning power, using up tokens to to pull data from documents and edit documents. Because again, the best format for any AI instructions is Markdown. Okay, so AI has come back and it is asking a few questions. So what is your company name? I'll say Construct IQ. For the swims template, which activity should the first swims cover? I can pre-fill the hazard assessment for the first trade. I'll just say, please cover all trades, make assumptions about the methodology. For the ITP template, which should, let's just say, please cover all trades, make assumptions about the methodology. Do you have your key personal names? Leave as TBC. So that's good. It's gone and actually asked questions about how it wants me to fill out the templates. And now it is going to go and start populating templates. Again, this will probably take 5 or 10 minutes, but we'll see how it does. And again, you are going to have to check what it does. Like, it may make mistakes, it may make silly assumptions, or it's just stuff that doesn't make sense. But look, I think this is quite a good use of AI because worst case, it stuffs up the project name or it fills out some information you don't want. It's very easy to go back and change that. It's a good task for AI to do because generally, end of the day, if there's a typo in an ITP, it's not the end of the world. And it is very easy to audit what it's done. Okay, so now it is finally finished running. Let's go and see what it's done. So it's done 10 swims, 1 for each trade, 8 ITP documents, updated the registers, the project quality plan, and we can go see these in the folder. Let's see if it's updated the document register. It hasn't, so negative. But here are all the ITPs. So it's taken our template. It's put the project information. It has the steps in the process. And again, the quality of this output won't come from the project documents. This will come from how well you have pre-existing templates that you build into skills or context that the AI can access. So like, obviously this is just a basic template. This is used the inbuilt reasoning of the AI to do this. But if you actually go through and take your previous Earthworks templates and compress those and give those as context to the AI, it'll do much better. So it's populated the information at the top and all this information below. So yeah, project templates to AI first drafts, very, very quickly, much less effort than what we would take to go and do. So it's also populated our progress claim template. It's actually taken the contract value and gone and populated that. Again, just saves time because a lot of this is just copying information from one format to another. If you do really want to get way more out of this, I would create skills that document each of our templates. So for example, I have a procurement skill, which describes how I want AI to fill out scopes of work. And in these actual documents, it's got references and examples of exactly how I want to fill out the template. So this is obviously just for procurement, but this was for writing scopes of works and preparing bills of quantities. But if you wanted to do this for your ITPs, your swims, everything, you have a specific skill on how you want to fill it out. So I hope that works. Maybe I over-explained it and it is common sense once you try it. But again, just relies on having a really good template project folder structure and using Cowork. Again, it's an annoying task at the start of every job. You go and populate every single one of your templates, but this, I think, is just a very eloquent way to do it.